What's up, everyone? So, the Wolf here, and I want to apologize that I haven't been really uploading any videos. I'm having issues with my laptop again. I don't know why I always keep having issues with my laptop and my Mac and stuff like that. I don't know, something about with electronics is just not that good with me. It's saying that my disk drive is full, but I went through and it's saying that there's a bunch of these apps on my laptop that is taking up all this space. And I started deleting some apps, and it didn't even look like it made a dent. So I have to take it in and figure out why my disk drive is completely full. I've deleted a lot of other bunch of random stuff on it, but it just doesn't seem like it's working or anything. So besides all of that, technically, I'm only doing this video on my phone because it's a lot more easier to technically just upload it straight to my YouTube channel. So I wanted to talk about danganronpa. It include like it actually took me a while to buy this game, over about a couple months or so, because as soon as this game came out, it was completely sold out through Amazon, through stores. I couldn't even find it in stores. Like at GameStop, it was sold out, and when I went to Walmart, they didn't even have it on the shelves. So it's definitely a game you'll probably have to find or buy it at GameStop or possibly order it on Amazon. But the game is out, it's already been released and stuff like that. Um, it comes with three of the games. Uh, Danganronpa, the first one, Trigger Happy Havoc, and Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, and Danganronpa 3, well, V3, uh, Killing Harmony. But there's a fourth one called Danganronpa S, Ultimate Summer Camp. I don't know anything about that. I think that came out on Danganronpa 3, but I think it might have been like an extra bonus of a game. But anyways, besides, I wanted to actually do a full YouTube video on it, but it includes a lot of reading that I didn't really want to do. If I had like an extra person with me who could technically read through the whole thing, and maybe me and them could be like switching back and forth between certain characters, I would probably do something like that. But so far, I know it's a very long game, and I would do it if I wanted to, but um, yeah, there's just too much to put into it. But I'll talk about it though. I love the art style in the game. I love the whole pop-up comic looking thing. It's just cool. I love the death scenes. They're pretty awesome in the way on how they're so creative and the way how they are. But I do understand that the dialogue in it, the way on how like the characters are talking, they're constantly repeating the certain situation of what's going on, which I can understand. It's like if someone ended up quitting for a while and then they decided to get back on, and then they were like, "Oh, what happened last time?" And then they're like, "Oh, this person killed this person." And then they repeat it over and over and over again, which it's more likely just getting you caught up with everything. But so far, again, I do love the video game. I do like the manga. I have the first Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. I do recommend buying the manga because in the game, of course, in the game, the first one, you get to talk to everybody when you have free time, and you get to choose who you want to talk to or who you want to be with and stuff like that. And technically, it depends upon who you want to choose. So I so just kind of think is like there's a lot of dialogue into the game itself. If you read the manga, they take out a lot of the words, but mostly it still kind of keeps up with the story. Now, I want to talk about Leon's death scene. Now, in between from I've seen the manga, I've seen the anime, and I'm actually playing the first game of it. Um, I'm still playing the first story of it, but In the first Danganronpa, of course, he has the natural, regular, like, baseball to the face and everything. But in the manga, it actually ends up. It's like his last words is, "I don't want to die." And I'm like, wow, that's an actual different setting in the way how you want to feel for this character. And then, of course, he gets pummeled with a bunch of baseballs and then he dies. I think actually through that, Leon was the only one that gave off his last word is that he didn't want to die when he was about to be executed or when he was being executed. And it's just, it kind of brought out a different scene to it of just kind of like the way how it was, his final word. In the manga, they keep with the executions, they keep with a lot of other stuff. Of course, as usual, there's a lot of dialogue, but usually it keeps with the original story. It's not like the. If you want to compare the manga to the anime takes out a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking. And technically the manga does too, but it still keeps a little bit into it so people can still keep up of what is going on. So I actually do recommend reading the manga or either playing the game. Either way, it still kind of connects. But if you just want that really short route, then just watch the anime because it's a lot shorter. Because, like I said, in the anime, they took out a lot of dialogue, which technically made the manga or made the whole story go shorter. Like Mondo's trial. Of course, I'm mentioning a couple characters. Spoiler, a little late for that, but it's a little spoiler to it. Like from Mondo being the killer and stuff like that, there's a lot of dialogue that was going on instead of just saying, like, oh, so, like, we know Togami fooled around with the evidence, but, and like, him, like, randomly saying, like, oh, you saying he had a blue, like, like, what was it, a tracksuit? And yeah, mine was black. And it's like, and then they both notice, and then they're like, how'd you know it was blue? But like in the game, it goes on for a while. In the anime, it's actually pretty short. In the manga, well, I haven't read the manga in a while, so I think it actually kind of is pretty short as well. But it still explains a little bit more. There's a little bit more talking to it and a little bit more explaining, which technically helps out a lot of stuff. So, again, I do recommend if you guys want to just have the short part, watch the anime. If you guys want to actually experience a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more to it and stuff, read the manga and play the first one. Um, I know Danganronpa 2 is going to be a little bit more harder and a little bit more different. I never read the manga for the first one because I think the author who did the first manga did not do the second one. Because it just, there was something about like the art style and the way on how it was worded. I just didn't like it for some reason. I just didn't like the way how the second one turned out. But like I will play the game because I do think that the game actually looks a lot more better than possibly the manga did. But weird how I liked the first one. Uh, it's confusing in a way, but you get what I mean. Also, I want to talk about another game, Pokemon Legends. So, I actually like it. It's different. You're not going around and facing gym leaders and stuff like that. You are in a different time era, which I think is when Pokemon are first starting to be discovered, and you have to jot down a lot of like information of like what their evolved forms are and all that other stuff. It already does that for you. It's not like you're doing it yourself, but it's definitely a really good game. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers playing it, and I thought like maybe I could do a YouTube video on this. But until I ended up realizing about my laptop problem that I can't really do it until I can get it fixed. Also, I need to buy something where I can hook my Switch up to my laptop so I can play games from the console or whatever onto my laptop, like a Switch or a PS4. But I do like it gives out that open world the way how it is. It gives off that open world like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's what it's kind of like in a way. Except for the graphics are a little bit different and the details a little bit different, but it's not actually that bad. The Pokemon and the fighting you can technically just walk around your Pokemon while the two Pokemon are battling and stuff. It's kind of cool to even put it that way. I actually like it the way how it turns out, especially the way how your character kind of gets ready, and then he takes out that Pokeball and then he throws it. it's it's different. Like I say, it's different. It's not like I said, getting badges and facing off against the Great Seven or the Great Eight or whatever, and then going to the Pokemon League. It's more likely just exploring the world, capturing Pokemon, strengthening and evolving every one of them. But you're also doing side quests. You can do an actual storyline to it. There is a storyline because I wasn't really sure if this was just mainly just wandering around and capturing Pokemon like Pokemon Go. But this is actually more of roaming the lands, capturing Pokemon, but you could do side quests as well, as long as you could also do the storyline too. So it's actually pretty fun. It's pretty cool. I do recommend that you, like, if you want to buy it. I will say this though, it does not have an online battle selection, which means you can't battle people online. So it does have that. You're technically, it's only one player, just single everything. There's no online battle or anything, which technically, I guess if you wanted to buy the new Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, you can do the online battles. But this, I kind of think, is just more likely just to yourself and just to enjoy it. It's pretty much what it is. So, yeah, I do like it. Another game I wanted to technically do is Resident Evil um, Origin Chronicles. Now, the only thing is why I ended up buying this is because that it came with the one on the train and the original. I never beat the first one, but I did beat this one on GameCube, the second one. It's different, and I can remember that it did take a while to actually beat. So, yeah, I mean, like the usual casual storyline of just it was the doctor, the nurse girl, and some dude that was a military guy that was being transferred because he killed innocent people. But technically, I think it's just that the people were technically infected, but they didn't know that. I don't know. The storyline to that is still kind of confusing. But I still want to continue up on doing the mansion level, which is the first Resident Evil. Now, in the original, the Resident Evil Origin Chronicles, you can actually switch. This is kind of weird though. You can play as the original look to the characters, Leon and Jill, or not Leon and Jill, Chris and Jill. And you know, like how they're technically both STAR members because they're from the police force STAR. But it gives you a second selection of the way how they look. You can actually now take their Resident Evil 5 version of their characters and actually play them as those in that part of the character. But the way on how their badges are, it says that they're not from Star, they're from something else. So the name was changed. It's kind of different, but it does kind of give you a certain selection of what you want to play as. But it doesn't really change anything. It just pretty much changes the look. But in some movie clips, it'll show the original look instead of showing the newer look from like Resident Evil 5 or whatever. So That I actually did want to do a YouTube video on someday, as soon as I get my, again, laptop fixed. But so far, that's all I pretty much have, just information about of what's going on. Um, I'm still just mostly just kind of saving up so I can get my own place. It's just been pretty tough in a way of just trying to deal with certain other things. I did get a new TV stand, which actually looks pretty good, and well, there's a lot of stuff I'm still looking forward in on doing, and I hopefully think that I can actually do as much as I can and just try to just try to get through it. Uh, Also, still trying to look for a new job because I'm stuck at this freezer warehouse job, which I really don't like. It pays good, but I mean, it's a place where it's 0 degrees, but it's 0 degrees. But the thing is that they don't apply toe warmers or hand warmers. You'd figure a freezer warehouse job would stock up on that stuff. But no, you're wasting your own money of buying bunches of toe warmers and hand warmers, and you'd figure that your job would like stock that stuff up so you can use them, but they don't. So yeah, I'm trying to get out of this job, find a different job that's a little bit more better that I can at least stay at for a long time until I can actually boost myself up. So, anyways, that's all I got to say for now in this video. Hopefully, I will try to get my laptop in this week or so I can get it fixed and updated. I actually went through and started looking up webcams of what actually looks better and what might not. I'm also looking for new gaming headphones for either console, PlayStation, or Xbox. Just something that works on both and also including on the computer as well. So there's a lot of stuff that I got on my list that I'm just trying to do, and hopefully I can just get it all done and I can get back to doing my YouTube stuff. Uh, so yes, this will be the final thing of what I'm going to say. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully the selections of Danganronpa and the Pokemon Legends sounds good to you. If not, I mean, it's your choice or so if you want to buy it or not. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Let me know what you think. And I'm hoping to see you guys again in the next video. See ya.